afternoon, and welcome to the Rutgers University School of Social Work Phi Alpha Nu Omicron Chapter 2022 Virtual Induction. My name is Dr. Natalie Moore-Bembry, and I am your Phi Alpha Nu Omicron Chapter Faculty Advisor and today's MC. I want to thank you all for attending and extend a hearty congratulations to our students on all of their accomplishments. We have a packed ceremony, so I would like to introduce you to the Dean of the School of Social Work, Dr. Catherine Potter.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2022 Phi Alpha Honor Society induction ceremony. I'm Catherine Potter, Dean of the School of Social Work, and it's an honor to be a part of this celebration of your outstanding achievements and your commitment to your studies. As I reflect on all the challenges we've endured in these last years, I'm so impressed with your accomplishments. You've exhibited tremendous courage and enduring flexibility during this time in history. So many stresses from so many directions. You've shown incredible resilience and dedication to the profession. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed, and we are so proud of your continued strength and commitment. As you know, the Phi Alpha Honor Society fosters high standards for social workers and invites into membership those who've attained excellence in scholarship and achievement in social work. Phi Alpha aims to improve and further the goals and objectives of social work in the community, state, nation, and world. The society develops active communication, positive working relationships among schools of social work, undergraduate programs, professional social workers, and the general public, stimulating interest in preparation for a career in social work. As a member of Phi Alpha, you have the opportunity to develop closer bonds with your peers as you promote humanitarian goals and ideas. Being inducted into Phi Alpha Honor Society is a major achievement, one that marks you as a leader in your class. And your leadership is needed now more than ever as we continue to combat the major challenges of our time. Social workers are always needed, but perhaps this moment in history makes our professional leadership even more imperative. And we know that you are ready to be those leaders. You're a tremendous group of students, and I look forward to seeing where the journey ahead takes you. Congratulations, and I hope you enjoyed today's program.
Dean Potter, thank you for your encouraging words and welcome. None of our work would be possible without her direction, guidance, and leadership. Now we will hear the history of Phi Alpha.
The concept of a National Social Work Honor Society came from a group of undergraduate social work students at Michigan State University in 1960. The investigation revealed that local chapters exist at 3 schools. Those 3 schools, along with a few other schools, formed a National Honor Society committee in November 1960. For more than a year, this committee worked on the Constitution and other administrative matters. The name Phi Alpha and the key were adopted from local chapter, which existed at Florida State University. The Constitution and formal organization were completed in 1962. Six chapters qualified to become charter chapters. Those charter chapters were Florida State, Michigan State University, Ohio Northern University, Central State College, University of Daytona, and the University of Tennessee. Over 400 chapters of Phi Alpha are now in existence, and the addition of new chapters is continuing. The Nu Omicron chapter was formed in 2005.
Each year, Phi Alpha inducts faculty members who have exuded the mission, purpose, and objectives of the organization. The 2 faculty members who are being inducted this year have promoted humanitarian goals and ideas and worked to further the goals and objectives of the social work community, state, nation, and world by encouraging objectivity and awareness of current developments. They develop active communication and promote positive work relationships within the school, with colleagues, and in the general public. This year's honorary faculty inductees are Mary Ann Bischoff and Rupa Ketrapal. Professor Bischoff is an assistant professor of teaching
and the Management and Policy Field Education Coordinator at Rutgers School of Social Work. She runs a small private practice and also provides clinical supervision. Her areas of interest include environmental justice, decolonization, mindfulness, and trauma. She earned her MSW at Monmouth University with a concentration in international and community development. Her MS at Cornell University in soil and water engineering and international development, where she completed research in the Middle East examining the interconnections between water use and gender relations. Previously, Marianne held positions as clinical supervisor at Catholic Charities, clinical case manager at Carrier Clinic, executive director of Meals on Wheels of Greater New Brunswick, and at Ford Motor Company as finance coordinator, human resources associate, and quality engineer. At Ford, she received extensive hands-on leadership and facilitation training as part of the manufacturing leadership program. Professor Rupa Khetrapal was recently promoted Associate Professor of Teaching at Rutgers University School of Social Work. She has nearly 2 decades of practice experience with survivors of trauma, including survivors of torture, human trafficking, domestic violence, sexual violence, and other forms of gender-based violence, both locally and globally. She has worked extensively on developing cross-cultural competencies within various systems in responding to trauma survivors. Rupa's areas of research and practice include trauma-informed interventions, global gender-based violence, resilience in traumatized populations, and refugee mental health. In her current role, she focuses on fostering the development of future social workers through education and supervision.
It is my pleasure to introduce my esteemed colleague, Christine Morales, Professor of Teaching. She is a current doctoral student at Rutgers University School of Education. Christine has worked in foster care, adoption, and out-of-home care in California and New Jersey. Christine teaches diversity and oppression, social practice 2, and environmental justice. She also facilitates continuing education workshops. She was born and raised in close proximity to an incinerator in Sacrifice Zone, which has motivated her personally and professionally to pursue environmental injustice. She is a 2021 Phi Alpha Nu Omicron faculty inductee and our keynote speaker. Please help me welcome Professor Christine Morales.
Hi, everyone. So I'm so pleased to be with you today at the Phi Alpha Honor Society induction. Yes, you did it. So go ahead and cheer for yourselves and for each other and type some words of encouragement in that chat box. And wow, look at all of you. You all look amazing. All right, okay, I'm just kidding because I can't actually see. Well, I can't see your faces, but I feel like I can see your hearts. Now, let me explain. I used to do work in the Office of Admissions at Rutgers School of Social Work. And I noticed a pattern in people who wanted to earn a master's in social work. It was my experience, people who were exposed to some form of injustice, whether it was directly themselves or indirectly through people they care about. Those people wanted to join the social work profession specifically to make a change. And I can only imagine the changes that you have already made. Some of you may have personally evolved as you journey through the program, through greater self-awareness, perhaps expanding your understanding about the profession, society, and the world. And I hope you extended your network of supports to include your instructors and, of course, each other. Now, I presume you've also transformed each other's lives. Your discussions and sharing of yourself have likely impacted your classmates, and your ideas, translations of course material, and selected snippets of your life that you brought with you to the classroom have undoubtedly resonated with instructors and classmates. You've challenged each other to observe and perceive in new ways. And finally, in your field placements, you've made lasting impressions at your organization. You may have connected with your field supervisor, task supervisors, and clients, and those connections have transformed people. It's you. You have the capacity to make a difference. And we, society, we need you. We need you now more than ever. Consider the past few years and the current state of our world. People are hurting and suffering. Now, the work might feel daunting, but we got this, especially if we work together. Yes, I understand that we are all different with rich experiences that have shaped who we are and inform our practice. However, we're united by our profession's 6 core values. And what are they? Shout them out or type some of your favorites in the chat box. Right, okay. So these values are service, social justice, dignity and worth of the person, importance of human relationships, integrity, and competence, okay? And you're already acting on these values. Think about service. Many of you have been working and are working in the field, and I know all of you are in internships working and serving people in need. This service that you're providing is in defense of social justice, the 2nd core value. And when you're fighting to give people access to resources like physical and mental health support and rights such as housing and food, you're doing the work of social justice. At the same time, you work with those we are ethically bound to serve, demonstrating your respect of each person's dignity and worth. Now, when we truly work with others, we have the opportunity to honor their beliefs and cultures, and we must listen to each other, even, perhaps especially, when we disagree. This is how we value relationships. For the 4th core value, relationships, they're a form of power and have the potential to improve individuals and groups' well-being. Of course, we aim to have healthy therapeutic rapport with those we serve, because we all know these clinical relationships can promote healing. I also want to remind you about the importance of relationships with each other too. You might be reaching out to classmates in the future for potential jobs or linkages to providers for our clients and client systems, or perhaps we're simply reaching out to each other for support. I always try to create a harmonious and reciprocal relationship with my colleagues and my peers. And so we're at integrity. It's really interesting because I see the interconnection with all of these values. Integrity it requires being genuine, trustworthy, and ethical. These same qualities are needed to establish relationships and inherently value people's dignity and worth. So, I'm beginning to realize that I haven't inserted any quotes yet. If I may, integrity reminds me of the wise words from Jay-Z. One of his songs from 2007, he says, "Not always right, but I am always real." And yes, I'm almost done. There is competency. Folks, we're here at an honors induction. You're all competent. As I said earlier, you're already doing the work. So let me say this though, I believe that an effective social worker must be a lifelong learner. So I encourage you to always be curious and seek out more information, yes, about best practices, and also about others, their culture and lived experiences, and seek out information about yourself. You worked so hard and stayed committed, and that's why we're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Phi Alpha.
Thank you, Professor Morales, for that wonderful message to our students. Next up, we will have the Phi Alpha officers who will present to you the Phi Alpha honor and the induction of the new members.
Welcome to both established and new Phi Alpha members, social work faculty and staff, and all family and friends. I am proud to have each of you here to share in this special day. We are here for the purpose of inducting new members to the new Omicron chapter of Phi Alpha. The purpose of the Phi Alpha Honor Society is to provide a closer bond among students of social work and promote humanitarian goals and ideas. Phi Alpha Honor Society fosters high standards of education for social workers and invite into membership those who have excellence in scholarship and achievement in social work. Phi Alpha Honor Society slogan that embraces their purpose is, through knowledge, the challenge to serve.
The highest honor that one can receive in social work at Rutgers School of Social Work is being extended to you now, because you are a proven candidate for induction into Phi Alpha Honor Society and have met all the requirements of our organization. We have chosen to call this society Phi Alpha, which means love of humanity, and we have adopted the colors blue and gold. You have been selected by our chapter to become members of this International Social Work Honor Society because you have evidenced an interest in the profession of social work. You have attained academic excellence, not only in social work education, but also in all other academic areas. And we believe you are dedicated to the idea of service to humanity. You have also demonstrated a commitment to the standards, ethics, and goals of the social work profession. Shannon, please guide us in the lighting of the peace candles.
The Mother World Peace Flame burns continually in Snowdona National Park in Wallace. The World Peace Flame was born of 7 millennial flames of hope, which were lighted by peacemakers and spiritual elders on 5 continents. These flames were then flown to England by military air forces to be united. Sponsored by the Life Foundation, the flame has been the source flame for more than 10 million world peace flames now burning around the world. The World Peace Flame has been burned in sacred ceremonies, in parliaments, on peace walks, in prayer groups, at the bedsides of the ill and dying, in homes and schools throughout the world. The candle you are holding is lighted from the World Peace Flame candle, which was itself lighted from a candle lighted from the original. You, too, are now a guardian of the flame of peace. You, as members of the Phi Alpha Honor Society, represent the brightest and the best in the field of social work. Always use the intelligence and scholarship you hold as ways of honoring all life. When you light your candle, please hold in your heart and mind the attention of world peace. The act of lighting the candle brings peace to you and others just by your intention. Light the candle, take a deep breath, and imagine that you send peace throughout the world when you exhale. Also, please light many candles for others and pass along the flame of peace. For more information, you can visit www.worldpeaceflame.org.
Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the following candidates who have earned membership in the Phi Alpha Honor Society. These candidates have been examined and found qualified for membership under our bylaws. They have been elected by this society on the basis of their scholarly achievement and interest in social work.
I congratulate you and welcome you to the new Omicron chapter of the Phi Alpha Honor Society. You've been chosen and are now about to be given charge and purpose for the Phi Alpha Honor Society. If you agree to these charges and purposes, please answer I do after I have read each statement. Do you agree to recognize and encourage scholastic achievement among the students who are majoring in social work? Please answer I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you agree to approve and further the goals and objectives of the social work by encouraging objectivity and awareness of current developments and practices in various fields of social work? Please answer I do.
I do.
I do.
And also further these goals by stimulating research in preparation for a career in social work. Please answer I do.
I do.
I do.
Repeat this pledge after me. Now that I have become an active member of Phi Alpha Honor Society, I will uphold its dignity and promote its goals and high ideals as a student as well as in professional life. I will actively participate in meetings and chapter projects and endeavors to maintain high scholastic average. Congratulations on your newly acquired membership. May you encourage its growth through your continued association and assistance. And may you also uphold the charges and purpose of the Phi Alpha Honor Society to which you have just agreed. Please join me in congratulating our newest members of the new Omicron chapter of the Phi Alpha Honor Society.
Congratulations. You all have extraordinary accomplishments that you should be proud of. You worked hard and achieved high honors throughout the multiple pandemics in our nation and world, and your accomplishments should not be taken lightly. I challenge you and I encourage you to remain objective, become aware of the current developments and practices in social work, develop active communication and positive work relations among your colleagues, organizations, the general public, stimulate interest in preparing for your career in social work, and continue to research and study in the field. We are excited and looking forward to you all being future leaders in social work. Congratulations.